Welcome to Prime Properties Egypt. Many people are asking a lot of questions about the new Citizenship by Investment program. And now, we will try to answer most of the frequently asked questions and answers.
Is it possible to do the investment transfer from abroad?
All programs must be funded through a direct transfer of funds from abroad. There is also the option of using funds that are sourced from abroad as long as the funds have passed through an official security customs checkpoint and were received by the client after they obtain their case file number from the government for their application.
Can the applicant's relatives or friends transfer the funds on their behalf from abroad?
Yes.
Can the transfer be made from a business bank account abroad, or must it be made from a personal bank account?
Both are accepted.
Can the investment be paid through installments?
Yes, all of the programs allow for the amount to be paid in installments and must be paid in full within 1 year of the applicant receiving their approval from the government.
Is it possible to obtain the citizenship before completing the payment of the applicant's chosen program?
No. The applicant will only obtain their citizenship once their investment is paid in full.
Is there a deadline for the program to close?
No.
What is the estimated processing time to get the certificates of citizenship and passports?
On average, the whole process should take from 6 to 9 months.
What is the payment sequence for the application? Does the investor pay the required amount first, or finish the application and documents preparation first?
At first, all required documents are submitted along with the receipt of payment of $10,000 non-refundable for government fees. Once the applicant has received the initial approval, only then are they required to pay the remainder of the required funds.
Does everyone in the family obtain the citizenship at the same time?
The main applicant and minor children below the age of 21 obtain the citizenship at the same time, and the spouse after 2 years.
In the case of refusal, will the total payment for investment program be refunded?
Yes, the total payment will be refunded except for the government fees of $10,000.
If the investor wishes not to continue with the prescribed investment program, is there any sort of penalty?
The $10,000 paid up front for governmental fees will not be refunded.
If the investor obtains the citizenship, will they have to denounce the nationality of origin?
No, Egypt recognises having a dual nationality.
Once the bank deposit hold period is complete, is it possible to receive the return in USD or in a currency other than the local currency?
No, it will only be issued in the Egyptian pound local currency.
What about the currency exchange rate?
The prevailing exchange rate will be the rate at the time of the holding period completion.
What if the investor does not wish to continue with their bank deposit investment? Is there any sort of penalty?
No, but if the investor has already obtained the Egyptian citizenship, they will be required to transition to the donation option by making a non-refundable contribution of $250,000 in order to maintain their Egyptian citizenship.
Is it possible to purchase a plot of land, or is it only property?
Both are acceptable. It can be a shop, factory, apartment, etc.
Should the property be a completed project, or is it acceptable to be under construction?
Both options are acceptable.
Is there any specific location that the property should be located in?
No, the Egyptian government has approved the decision to purchase properties from private entities such as private property developers and individual owners in order to qualify for applying to obtain Egyptian citizenship through real estate investment. Applicants for citizenship must provide the following documents when choosing the property: a copy of the property purchase contract, a copy of the property license or building permit if under construction, utility bill if applicable, proof of a $300,000 transfer either through a bank transfer or through one of the custom ports, land, sea or air borders, followed by depositing it in the bank, a declaration of not selling the property before 5 years, evidence that the property is registered in the real estate registry or is under the supervision of one of the state-owned authorities.
Is the sales contract sufficient evidence to prove full payment of the funds required?
No, there must also be proof of a cash payment or bank transfer from abroad.
Does the applicant have the right to sell the property?
In order to obtain the citizenship, the property must be held for a period of 5 years. After the 5 years, the investor has the right to sell the property.
What if the investor wishes to sell their property or land before the 5 years are complete?
If the investor has already obtained the Egyptian citizenship, they will be required to transition to the donation option by making a non-refundable contribution of $250,000 in order to maintain their Egyptian citizenship.
Is it a must to establish a new company, or is it possible to apply by funding an already established company with $350,000?
Both. The applicant has the choice to invest in a previously established company or to establish a new company. The one requirement in both cases is that the applicant must make a minimum investment of $350,000 into the company, as well as making a non-refundable contribution to the government for the amount of $100,000.
Can the funds be used in establishing the company, or should it be deposited in the company's bank account as disposable cash for 5 years?
It should be deposited in the company's bank account and can be used as funds for the company for a minimum of 5 years. If the company declares bankruptcy within those 5 years, the investor will be required to transition to the donation option by making a non-refundable contribution of $250,000 in order to maintain their Egyptian citizenship.
Is it a requirement to have an Egyptian partner in the company?
No.
What is the processing time of the application for an investor who already has residency in Egypt for more than 3 years or 5 years?
Applicants who have residency in Egypt will get a faster reply than the average waiting time for an applicant from abroad.
Can the Egyptian nationality obtained through investment be inherited?
Yes, it can.
What if the main applicant has more than one spouse?
Any official spouse of the main applicant can be included in the application, and they will obtain Egyptian citizenship 2 years after the main applicant.
Are there any restricted countries in which their citizens cannot apply for the Egyptian citizenship?
Citizens from all countries can apply for the Egyptian CIP programme. However, the government has the right to deny or reject any application at its sole discretion without disclosing the reason behind the rejection.
Can parents and/or siblings be included in the application?
No.
Is there a maximum age for dependent children to be included in the application?
Yes, 21 years old.